From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the New York Jets. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check. Kill.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
57. Mike, 57.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
First down, Chargers.
Ready, 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Come on.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Set, ready. Okay, hold on. They gonna need some therapy after this. That's it.
Off the play fake. Perkins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Perkins. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. 55 to Mike. I got you. I got it.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got? Leo. Give me some. Here we go. Get it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, come on, hey, Orbit. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. Rush in. Recon, 132 fighter. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Second and 11. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Ready to break.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, exit. 55, Mike 55. Hey, let's get in that hose. Be careful, be careful.
They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Watch 32. Let's go.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
55. Yes, yes. Mike 55. Bravo. Hey, check Mike. Check. Ready.
Second and 13. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Ready.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
49, check 49.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
Brings up 3rd.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Wolf. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Charger drive about to get going. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
57 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, Perkins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a carry for Sanders. And I think the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, watch it. Check 3.
Here's Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
To throw on 2nd down, Perkins into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
I smell fear in that offense.
5.
Back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Let's go now. 8, read.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Get.
On first down. Ayers, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Safety screaming. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2, son.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
25, check 25, check 25.
80 weapons. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Ayers. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Alert 3, alert 3.
22 Jet bomber, 22 Jet bomber. Speed grip.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9 now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Get him, boys. Get him. That's how we do, D.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's pick it up. It's out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ayers. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Check, 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 check. You got,
Hey, Delta.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check it back.
Topper. Topper. Now.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
30 base.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ayers. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Get it.
They'll try and throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14 to nothing. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Coaching spell.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Second and 3. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. On 1st down, Sinclair. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Perkins. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14. Chargers 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I always have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Ayers, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Ayers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the Chargers' 12-yard line.
Ready?
55! Blue Dan, blue Dan.
Now Johnson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Strong right. Hey. You got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And spins away. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Perkins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 25 yards that time. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Perkins looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Number 53, Mike.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Second and goal from inside the 5. Once again with Sanders. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Here we go.
Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left.
We got 2. We got 3.
On second down, it's Johnson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets will extend their lead. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Jets,